Love makes people do crazy things. At least, that's what Shen Wenlang thought when he looked at the resignation letter in his hands. The letter was from his most trusted secretary, Gao Tu, a man who had been at his side for over 10 years, loyal, dependable, quiet, and devoted. And yet, suddenly, Gao Tu was leaving him. The reason? To take care of my pregnant Omega partner. At first, Shen Wenlang laughed in disbelief. This was ridiculous, absurd. The beta who had followed him like a shadow since their student days was really giving everything up for some Omega? But deep down, something felt wrong. He remembered that strange day when Gao Tu, normally so reserved, had brought up the topic of children. What if your Omega had a child in the future? He had asked. Back then, Shen Wenlang, with his coldness and disdain for Omegas, had snapped back. Abort it, of course, what else? He hadn't noticed the way Gao Tu's face turned pale, how fear and sorrow flickered in his eyes. He only remembered brushing it off, irritated that his secretary dared to ask such a stupid question. And yet, now Gao Tu was gone. Shen Wenlang told himself he didn't care. But the truth was, he went mad searching for him. Meanwhile, Gao Tu's world was falling apart. The pregnancy, something that should have been impossible, had pushed his body to the brink of collapse. Suppressants and pheromone blockers he had taken for years weakened him further. And without the soothing of an alpha's pheromones, carrying a child was life-threatening. One day, Gao Tu fainted from exhaustion. His condition became critical. His heart stopped multiple times. Doctors worked for 4 hours to bring him back. It was then, by sheer fate, that he ran into Ma Heng, his childhood friend. Ma Heng had always believed Gao Tu was a beta. But now, faced with the truth that he was an Omega and pregnant, his heart ached with shock and sorrow. He rushed Gao Tu to the hospital, staying by his side through the ordeal. Tests confirmed something incredible. Though Ma Heng wasn't the father, his compatibility with Gao Tu was above 65%, enough to stabilize him with alpha pheromones. So, Ma Heng volunteered. For 2 long weeks, he stayed at Gao Tu's side, soothing him, keeping him alive. Against all odds, the baby survived too. When Gao Tu finally left the hospital, weak but alive, he had only one thought: escape. Because in his mind, Shen Wenlang was a monster. The same man who once said he'd abort any child. The same alpha who claimed to despise Omegas. If Shen Wenlang found him, he feared he'd lose his baby. So Gao Tu ran again, and Ma Heng helped him. But Shen Wenlang was relentless. The first time he tracked Gao Tu to his old apartment, he missed him by minutes. All that remained was the faint scent of his pheromones lingering in the air. It was enough to drive him insane. He plastered missing notices across 3 cities, spending millions on advertisements. Gao Tu's face appearing everywhere. Whispers spread among the public. Is this really just for an old classmate or subordinate? Isn't this a bit too much? But Shen Wenlang didn't care. He needed to find him. To Gao Tu, every attempt to escape was fueled by terror. He remembered Shen Wenlang's cold words too vividly. Abort it. I hate Omegas. So no matter how many times fate tried to pull them together, he refused to stay. He truly believed if Shen found him, he would lose his child. What he didn't know was that Shen Wenlang's feelings had long since shifted into something else. Something deeper. Something desperate. When Shen was alone, he found himself watching old videos on his phone. One clip, just a few seconds long. Gao Tu in a dressing room, folding his clothes and asking, "Does this one look good, Mr. Shen?" Such a simple moment. And yet Shen Wenlang replayed it hundreds of times, as if he could see Gao Tu again through the screen. He missed him to the point of madness. Shen even swallowed his pride and called Gao Tu's father. "Has Gao Tu contacted you?" he asked. The man denied it immediately, then added with oily gratitude, "Thank you for saving my life, Mr. Shen, and for the money you gave me. Don't worry, if I hear anything about my son, I'll let you know. If I find him, he'll be yours." Shen Wenlang's gut twisted. He knew Gao Tu's father wasn't a good man, but his desperation pushed him to grasp at any lead, no matter how dirty. Still, every clue led to more frustration. Eventually, Shen uncovered a chilling truth. The hospital records. They showed Gao Tu had been in critical condition, on the verge of death. But what shattered Shen's heart most was what the doctor told him. He has an alpha by his side now. Very good looking, very caring. Their compatibility isn't low either. The alpha's soothing pheromones are helping him recover. The words struck like lightning. As long as that alpha was there, Gao Tu would live. As long as that alpha stayed, the baby would be safe. But Shen Wenlang couldn't accept it. Because that wasn't just any Omega. That was his Omega. And that wasn't just any child. It was his child. Why should another alpha be the one holding his lover? Why should another man be soothing his mate and protecting his baby? Jealousy, regret, and longing twisted inside him until he couldn't breathe. He launched another investigation. Was it true? Had Ma Heng taken Gao Tu abroad? No. The records showed neither had left the country. Ma Heng's passport had even expired, which meant they were still here, somewhere close. But in reality, Gao Tu had slipped beyond his reach. Because this time, it wasn't just Ma Heng helping him. It was his Omega father, the one who understood the cruelty of alpha control. Together, they spirited Gao Tu and the unborn child out of Shen Wenlang's grasp. Shen Wenlang stood alone, consumed by regret. He had spent years dismissing, even despising Omegas. Yet the one person who had stood beside him faithfully, silently, was an Omega all along. And now, because of his own words, he had lost him. The city lights blurred outside his window as he whispered to himself, almost broken, "Gao Tu, where are you?" Love makes people crazy, and Shen Wenlang was no exception. For the first time in his life, he realized the thing he had been running from all along was the only person he could never live without. But would Gao Tu ever forgive him? Or would he disappear forever, carrying their child and the pieces of Shen Wenlang's heart with him? If you were Gao Tu, would you ever forgive Shen Wenlang? Or is some pain simply too deep to heal? His words had cut like a knife. His coldness had nearly cost both Gao Tu and their unborn child their lives. And yet, deep inside, Shen Wenlang's madness came from love. A love he never knew how to express until it was far too late. The question remains, can love born out of misunderstanding ever be redeemed? Or will the walls built by fear and betrayal remain forever unbroken? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, because this story doesn't just belong to Shen Wenlang and Gao Tu. It belongs to everyone who has ever loved too late or realized the truth only after losing it. And if you want more heartbreaking ABO stories filled with passion, regret, and love that defies reason, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell icon.